Hello everyone! After the fiasco of last time, I figured we can take a nice relaxing recording today. Alright. As you can see, we have the Poe clock. Not much use by itself. So today, we're going to complete the training sequence. As soon as I remember where to go. First, Maple. Please drop a potion. That's not a potion. We'll get our rings appraised when we're done with this. So the Poe clock that we got all the way back in, I believe it was episode 2, after clearing the dungeon with Pumpkinhead as a boss. We take that Poe clock and we bring it here. This stationery we bring over here to the toilet. Majora's Mask fans, rejoice. While we're here, we may as well open this up. Our next destination is down here. Yeah, we just gave him a bag full of crap. So now that we have food, we need to find someone who is hungry. This one's a bit out there for if you don't know what to look for. I wish I had Pegasus seeds already. You know, for someone who didn't want meat, he sure was glad to get meat. Okay, so now we bring this mask to another person who you're not going to expect to want it. This is one that you probably wouldn't have noticed if you just did what I did and blazed your way through without taking a moment to look at everything. He just ripped his mustache off. And... yeah, we need... first we go where we need to go, then we warp. Yes. Okay, plan B. This is what happens when you blaze your way through the game. While we're here, let's go ahead and appraise these. I think I'm allowed to use that, actually. See, that holy ring's not going to do me any good until we get... actually, it's just not going to do me any good. Oh, where do we need to go? This way. I'm taking the long way. Alright, so now we have to go all the way back around because I didn't actually open up the Ember Tree warp point. Yeah, that was dumb. Oh, don't look so worried. So now that we're back in the past, I'm actually going to take the long way around again so I can actually get that Ember Tree opened. Alright. And this is where I wish I'd been keeping track of how many monsters I'd killed since the last Maple meeting, which I think was only one, so I'm not sure it's too bad of a thing. Either way, we need to do some grinding. But first, a price check. $300. Okay. So our next item in the trading sequence is actually something that we get from Maple, so you can see where we need to go from here. Thankfully, we have the Black Tower. Now, trying to climb the Black Tower now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16. And if I was wearing Maple's ring, I'd already be done. 18, 19, 20. Give those. Not dealing with those guys. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. What's on here? These things. 26, 27, 28. 30. So yeah, first of all, the Black Tower is not complete. It won't be completed until after you get through Chapter 7. Second of all, even once it's complete, until you have the giant Maku Nut, you can't get through. So at best, you would be able to use this place for grinding. And I've gone through enough rooms to where these guys have come back. Maple, Rafton, and then the old Zora. Okay. So now that we have Maple's magic ore, we need to find someone who can use the ore. Thankfully, Rafton just happens to be wanting to enter into a competition. Yeah. Alright. Hold on a moment. And we're back. Did we get the C ukulele? We've got the ukulele. Okay. One stop left. Oh, 2 stops, but we have to do a little bit of time jogging to get there. Once you have the switch hook, you have everything that you need to get the level 2 sword. keep expecting for there to be a secret seashell right here. Well, since we have a broken sword, we would need to go visit Hash to get it fixed. I've already got the level 1 sword. I need to turn this broken sword into the level 2 sword. But we're going to visit... I've completely lost my train of thought, so we're just going to go ahead and... Where is it? We're just going to go ahead and get started on Rolling Ridge today. If I can remember how to do it. Now that I've regained my train of thought, we're going to go ahead and do Rolling Ridge. Partly because there's something that I want to try, and partly because we're already over here anyway. And that's the wrong direction. I think there's something over there in a linked game, but I'm not completely sure. Okay, now we need to find a time portal, because this is where the Pegasus seed tree will be. And we need Pegasus seeds to clear this place. There's the portal down there. Okay, here's something that you generally don't want to think about. The Great Moblin stole bomb flowers from the Gorons and monopolizes them so that the Gorons can't do their own. Except you get a bomb flower from defeating the Great Moblin, and that is the bomb flower that you bring into the past. Oh, that was too slow. To free the Goron Elder, who then somehow turns that into an entire crop of bomb flowers that the Great Moblin then decides to steal. You can see where I'm going with this. Where did the original bomb flower come from? too quick. The peace ring is absolutely useless in this fight. Although the one that keeps you from taking damage if it blows up in your hand is useful. Don't know. The bomb-proof ring, that's what it is. And yeah, I'm down to 1 heart already, so this is going to end well because of how often I've not done this. Yeah. Thankfully, it's not a full dungeon, so... And no, I don't particularly feel like demonstrating what happens if you fall down the pit. A little too quick. So now that I'm paying attention to what I'm doing, so glad the small bombs don't set off the big one. Give you a lot of time. There we go. Yeah, basically what she said was you need to go back in time and give that bomb flower that you just got to the Goron Elder. Stable time leap ahoy. Actually, come to think of it, now that we have the Pegasus seeds and an easy way back up here, we may as well go ahead and get the level 2 sword. This is one of those cases where if I had Ricky, it would be so much faster. Only not really, because they can't really make use of Ricky in the past, so... can't cross there. Okay. She got skunked. While we're here. Those things are always useful. I was originally going to do this after clearing Crown Dungeon, so I could show off what happens if you try to use the Cane of Samaria to hold down the switch. But I suppose I can always show that at a later time. Put the beetles in one spot. And then do it again. Beans. We're still not done with this video. For a couple of reasons. One, we haven't actually opened up Crown Dungeon yet. And two, there's a couple upgrades I want to grab before we actually start on Crown. The first one is the sword upgrade. The second one is the seed bag upgrade, which I think that's the right item to start with. And the third is going to be the ring box upgrade. Which, since that upgrade costs 300 rupees, we might be here a while. I'm so glad he doesn't show up all that often. And now money. I'm debating whether I want to show all of this on camera or not. I mean, it's essentially filler, and I don't know how long it's going to take. Especially since I don't have the joy rings. Hi, Snake. Now, do you remember those little eyeball things that Eyesoar was shooting out? Yeah, the level 2 sword can get rid of them in one hit, which is why I generally sequence break to have this sword first. Basically, what I usually do is halfway through, once I get the switch hook, I take a break from that dungeon and get the level 2 sword. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna cut this here, and then we're gonna have a jump cut to when I have within 10 reviews. And we're back. So we're gonna take care of a couple more things, and then... If you're wondering why I started off in the past, it was for two reasons. One, the only way to come into this shop is from the past. And two, you're more likely to find a giant blue rupee in the past. And yes, we're probably going to be rupee grinding again later on. Let's see. Can't use that. But I can use that. I should have left the discovery ring on. Yeah, that's all of them. Alright, so now we go back to Rolling Ridge. And we're going this way because we need to be at the entrance to Rolling Ridge, plus I think the gacha tree might be a little bit closer to being grown. Nope, one step closer. Alright, we're actually going to start wearing the light ring. Because that way if I take a hit, I don't lose a ranged attack. Did I just unplug one of my somethings? I did. Just unplug my controller. Alright, this will take a moment. Alright, hopefully this is still going to work. Alright. So now that we've done something to start the bomb flower cycle, it's time to go back to the present and find the entrance to Crown Dungeon. That's the wrong seat anyway. With careful timing, you can jump across a 3-tile wide gap with just the Rock's Feather and a Pegasus Seed. This will come into play more in Oracle of Seasons. And I can still beam. Wish I had the light ring version too. Crown Dungeon. And we're going to cut here. See y'all next time.